Hello, my name is Emma Borrego, and if you asked me before September 29, 2025 what adversity looked like, I probably would have talked about a difficult class, balancing schoolwork and work, or even trying to prepare for college. I had no idea that an ordinary morning would change my definition of adversity. The day started like any almost everyday Monday. I woke up early, went to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practice, trained with my teammates. At the time, I was training 5 days a week. Jiu-Jitsu wasn't something I did after school. It was part of who I was. It taught me discipline, confidence, and how to keep going even when things became difficult. After practice, I got into my gray Kia and I started driving home. As I was driving on a 3-lane road, I noticed a vehicle behind me, so I moved to the left lane. Everything felt completely normal until another driver suddenly attempted to make a left turn from the middle lane directly into my path. There wasn't a time to react, so the collision happened in seconds. I remember sitting there afterward thinking, I'm okay. At first, honestly, I believed I got unlucky. I was able to get out of my car. I kept telling myself that everything would be fine. My biggest concern at the time was that my car had been badly damaged. Later, I found out it had been declared a total loss. I thought losing my car was going to be the hardest part. It wasn't. The next morning, I woke up and I realized something wasn't right. I could not feel any pain through my arms, from my elbow all the way to my fingertips. Sometimes it felt different. I could move my arms, but the normal sensation, it wasn't there at all. That was the beginning of the journey that I'm still working on, still fighting today. Over the next several months, my life had been filled with doctor's appointments instead of doing normal teenager activities. Been going to MRIs, nerve testing, sensation testing, neural appointments, specialists trying to figure out why my body wasn't responding to normal pain. Every appointment came with hope that maybe this doctor would finally have an answer. Sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't. Eventually, brain imaging showed that I had also suffered, recently I found out, a traumatic brain injury from the accident. Hearing those words, it made me feel overwhelmed. I was 17 at the time of the accident, now I'm 18, but instead of simply worrying about homework and college applications at the time, I was more learning the medical terminology, sitting in waiting rooms, and wondering why the recovery would look like. There were days I would leave school for appointments and come home exhausted and still having schoolwork to do. There were moments when I asked questions, why did this happen? But eventually, I had to stop asking why. Instead, I started asking, what can this experience teach me? The questions changed everything. The accident took away a lot of certainty, but it gave me something I never expected: perspective. Before the accident, I wanted to become an orthodontist because I loved science and wanted to help people smile with confidence. After the accident,